Hey guys, I'm Akshay from Beebom.com, and the PlayStation 5 will start getting delivered to people in India today. And you know what? I've been using the PS4 for 2 to 3 years now, and I am actually hyped about the PS5 because it has an all new design, a new controller, advanced capabilities, and much more. Well, I've been using the PS5 for almost a week now, and I'm going to talk about my experience with the PS5, what are the upgrades it brings, and more. So let's begin. I want to start off with the design because this is something that's very polarizing for people. Now, in India, Sony has only launched the disc edition of the PS5, and personally, I really like this design. I mean, yeah, it's very big, and if you compare it with the PS4, it's gigantic. However, it's futuristic, it looks really cool, and even though I would have liked this in a black color, this looks really good. There's a nice white light when the console is in use and a blue light when it's starting up, which looks really nice. See, I know there are a few people who are not fans of this design, but I personally like it. And I think Sony has gone for a bold move with this design, and it's really good. One thing to note here is that you should install the stand here because it helps with cooling more efficiently and it makes sure the console can be more stable. Now look, I don't think the specs really matter here much, and you probably already know about them anyway, but here's what the PlayStation 5 packs inside it in terms of CPU, RAM, etc. You know, just in case you need a refresher. All that's great, but what I really want to talk about is the experience of gaming on the PS5. Look, the first thing I noticed with the PS5 is that it's a lot more fast and snappy than my PS4. I mean, thanks to the SSD, games load super quick on the PS5. Let me show you what I mean. So this is Miles Morales loading up on both the PS5 and the PS4 side by side. See, the PS5 has loaded the game up and we are ready to go already, and the PS4 is still only loading things up. I mean, I started playing the game on the PS5 already and the PS4 is still not ready. So yeah, loading times are insane on the new PS5. Even the UI feels more responsive on the PS5, and I really like this new UI because it puts games front and center. I also like the control center here, which gives quick access to features like checking your downloads, changing sound settings, and more. Anyway, let's get into the game. So this is Spider-Man Miles Morales on the PS5, and yeah, it supports ray tracing. So here you can see Miles reflected in storefront windows and some really cool nice reflections all around the city. You can choose between performance and fidelity mode in the game, by the way, depending on whether you want better performance or better graphics. Or you can use performance RT mode to get 60 FPS with ray tracing at a reduced resolution and some other trade-offs. Take a look at Miles Morales running in performance mode versus fidelity mode on the PS5. Performance mode turns off ray tracing and gets 60 FPS performance, while fidelity mode caps the frame rate at 30 FPS but makes the entire game look just so gorgeous. Ray tracing is also available in games like Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and this campaign just looked so damn good on the PS5 with ray tracing. Even the multiplayer modes look really good on the PS5, so yeah, it's a really good experience, even though I'm not good at COD multiplayer. Now, Call of Duty does support 120 FPS gaming on the PS5, but I couldn't test it because the TVs we have in our office do not support 4K 120 FPS. I tried 4K TVs from Amazon Basics and Samsung, but they only had HDMI 2.0 ports. Then I moved to the Mi QLED TV, which has an HDMI 2.1 port, but no 4K 120 FPS support.
Enemy deleted.
Anyway, ray tracing is pretty cool, but what I was really blown away by is this controller. Look, I saw a lot of videos on the PS5 and everyone keeps saying this is something you have to feel to really understand, and I get it now. I mean, this controller is just insanely good. First, the haptics. The new controller brings such good haptics to games that everything feels so much more immersive and real. In Miles Morales, you can feel bumps of the train track when you're in the subway at the beginning of the game. There's a really nice haptic response when you're swinging through the streets of NYC, and just everything feels more immersive with this controller. Even when you're fighting, like I am right now, you can feel really nice physical response on your palms as you punch enemies or kick them. Even getting hit by enemies feels more real and brings a whole new dimension to the game. It's addictive, believe me. Then there are the adaptive triggers, and there's only one really good way to show these in action. Check out how the trigger responds with different guns in Black Ops Cold War. So here I am firing an LMG, and look how the trigger is bouncing back with the recoil. It's pretty cool. Similarly, with rocket launchers, you have to press the trigger harder than usual to actually fire the rocket. This resistance and the bounce back changes based on the gun you're using, and it just makes the game feel more real.
Wasted him.
You can turn these things off, by the way, but I really enjoy using these features and I don't think I'll be turning these off anytime soon. Apart from gaming and all the cool trigger features and haptic response, there are some other improvements in the controller as well. This design is quite different from the DualShock 4 and that's great. It's just a little bigger than the older controller and slightly heavier, but both those things actually make this feel a lot more substantial and better. The share and options buttons are now more tactile, which is good, and the PS5 lets you record 4K videos as well, so if you like recording gameplay videos to show off to your friends or upload on YouTube, you can do that in 4K now. Other than that, the controller now uses a USB-C port for charging, and I'm glad it does because honestly, just USB-C everything, please. There's also a built-in mic this time and a dedicated mute button so you can chat with your friends without connecting a headset. So yeah, the PlayStation 5 is a great new console from Sony and I love it. I mean, it offers features like ray tracing, 8K support and the performance and UI improvements which make my PS4 feel really slow and old. Plus the new DualSense controller is what's actually next gen here with its out-of-the-world haptic feedback and the adaptive triggers, which really brings a very different immersive experience. I don't know how I'm supposed to go back to playing on the PS4 now. Anyway, coming to the pricing, the rupees 49,990 price tag here is higher than the PS4's launch price, but I think it's well worth the money. Yeah, I really wish Sony launched the digital edition as well because it's more affordable at rupees 39,990 and I don't really use this a lot, so it would be perfect for me. But yeah, I'm really thinking about getting the PS5 now. Well, that was a look at the PlayStation 5 and I think this is a really good next-gen console with better graphics, a new improved controller and more. But what do you think about the PlayStation 5? Have you pre-ordered yours? Let us know in the comments. Also give this video a like and share it with your friends. Lastly, subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. That's me signing off. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.